people were, in some cases, in many, many cases, thousands of cases, voted, but also dead people made application to vote. They were dead 10 years, 15 years, and they actually made application. This is total fraud, and how the FBI and Department of Justice, I don't know, maybe they're involved, but how people are allowed to get away from this stuff with this stuff is unbelievable.
So the FBI and the DOJ are involved in dead people registering.
Yes.
You know, can I just say, I have been impressed in Herman Cain's ability to tweet while he's dead.
Yes, there's that.
But I'm just saying, our dead people clearly more talented in that we have zombie people rising from the grave to register to vote.
And
did he just say dead people are registering to vote?
Yes. All those zombie minks.
That's what I was just going to say,
Yeah.
Chris. I thank you for wedging Fun Stack in here. Because Travis is on vacation. He never lets us have any fun.
No, he's not fun at all. I like to have fun.
I don't listen. This is still vacation week time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I'm going to have some Fun Stack if it kills me.
Can we slack off?
I think it's sure. I think it's zombie minks, Sean.
Okay.
You thought 2020 was done with us? That's who's registering. Dead minks infected with mutated form of COVID rise from the grave after mass culling.
I hope they still had their skin.
I might need scarier music. This is kind of the standard.
Did they still have their skin?
I don't know. I don't understand. Minks infected with a mutated strain of COVID-19 in Denmark appear to be rising from the dead, igniting a national frenzy and calls from local officials to cremate the mink carcasses. I had to do a little digging on the science part of this, so I guess the gases form while the body decays underground, and then they said in the worst cases, the mink gets pushed up out of the ground, like out of the... Right. Just saying, there's a lot of ladies in Beverly Hills that are like, it's my mink coat, it's coming to kill you. Yeah, good. See? You shouldn't have bought one in the first place. Now your mink coat's going to kill you. Selfish bitch.
There's healing, people. Really, there's healing. Are you getting all this? You want to be part of the action?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
We were doing our pajamagram photo shoot.
Yes, we were.
Oh my God, how cute are the red, naturally nude pajamas? Aren't they? Oh my God, they're so soft, Chris. Touch my boob. Do it.
I can tell it's cold in here.
Oops. 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 It's Friday. I have my party hats on.
I see.
For John
Good.
Fugelsang and Frangela.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
All
embarrassing. Oh, there's going to be screenshots everywhere.
Yes, there
Oops.
are.
I might have to do a quick costume change.
You have 3 party hats on.
It is
one
cold.
on your head.
Yes, it is cold in here.
Yes.
These are very naturally nude. Let me just tell you
I
that.
can tell.
They're super soft. Get them, pajamagram.com.
Uh-huh.
Type in Stephanie. Okay. So
This is not going to work.
I'm holding my breasts on Free Speech TV for the whole first segment. Okay. Where's the... All right. This is my morning stack?
Yes.
Oh, Grandpa, this was the last night's stack, but you went to bed at 3.
Well, yeah.
Top RNC fundraiser. Oh, Elliot Brody again.
Yes.
And Jared Kushner's lawyer reportedly are the targets of the FBI's investigation into the pay for pardon scheme.
Right.
Yeah. So all those. Okay.
And it turns out
MFers.
Jenna Ellis, who says she's a constitutional lawyer,
Yes.
has never really practiced constitutional law at all.
Oh, that, you know what? You couldn't tell from how it was going.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to call Roger Stone? Here's my favorite. Where's my conspiracy music, please, Sean? This is a new... Because these have gotten quite multifaceted,
Yes.
the election fraud conspiracy. So Roger Stone... Okay. Who I think was talking about the inequality of the U.S. justice system, who has just
Yes.
been pardoned,
Right.
despite being an enormous criminal and traitor,
Yes.
or commuted, whatever. He'll get a pardon too, right?
Sure.
I don't, whatever. Okay. Can't believe I'm holding my breasts while I'm...
Well, I mean,
You were...
do you need some moleskin or something?
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna hold more show prep in front of my... There you go. I'm gonna hold more show prep in front of my bounteous boobs.
But you're
Yeah, how about that guy that called me a transgender whatever with no brain? Huh? How about that? I got a little something there, mister. What's his name? Josh?
Josh.
Yeah, you. You understand. You can't, after this many years, you can't insult me. When I was like, oh, transgender, that means my body fat is finally exactly where I want it. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
Well, this whole segment, I just did this to prove that I do actually have...
And now you have to hide them.
And I am cold.
Yes.
It's still dark out here. I have my high beams on.
Uh-huh. It's like in the 40s outside. It's a little chilly.
Yes. Checking. Yes, it is.
Uh-huh.
You know what? I did not anticipate that whole thing. I just thought it would be fun to wear my pajamas
And it is fun
and do our
for
photo
some
shoot
people.
right early. And then I didn't anticipate the whole. It's nippy out, isn't it? It's very nippy.
Yes.
Okay, so Roger Stone.
It's fun for some of our listeners.
Except you, who hates lady bits.
Wow.
You're like, ugh. Okay, Roger Stone claimed that North Korea interfered in the U.S. presidential election. That's new, right? Is that new?
Yes.
Haven't heard that one.
No. He said, I've learned of absolute incontrovertible evidence of North Korean boats. Boats delivering ballots through a harbor in Maine.
Yes. Maine, which is nowhere near or easy to get to from North Korea.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's a little flaw in that plan. It's a little bug in that.
Maine.
North Korea sent ballots by boat through Maine?
Yeah. That seems horribly inefficient.
Okay. Did you see, what's his name? The porn guy, Lynn Wood. Tell me that's not a porn name, Lynn Wood. Okay. I'm telling you, it's the porn version of Hamilton. He's the porn version of
It sounds like a speed reading course.
Manuel Lynn, whatever. What?
It sounds like a speed reading course. The Linwood speed reading dynamics.
Linwood. Except have they now disavowed? Except the last time they disavowed a lawyer, Sasquatch, put the star on the Christmas tree. The Bumble.
Yeah.
Which one's the Bumble?
She's the Bumble.
Sidney Powell.
Yes.
Bumbles bounce.
I've heard.
Didn't I ever tell you about Bumbles?
Yeah.
Bumbles bounce.
They clearly do, because she got bounced from the Trump lawyer team, and then she's at the Don't Stop the Steal rally in Georgia.
She bounced right back in.
With aforementioned porn actor Lynn Wood.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then Rudy Giuliani clearly farted. Not only because you heard the sound, because the woman next to him went side eye.
You want to hear
That
it?
was side fart eye.
You want to hear it?
Oh, okay. Let's start with that before we get to. Okay.
The answer.
have a point of order?
The answer that I gave you is they didn't bother to interview a single witness. Just like you, they don't want to know the truth. Well, you probably know the truth.
Apparently, Rudy can handle the truth, but not whatever he had for lunch.
He shouldn't have had the chili cheese fries.
Can I have my patriotic fart, please? Because I do have to say, we have had, because if I mentioned 2020's been a bitch that can now get away from us.
Can we
I'm
tear
just
down
saying,
that
come on,
bitch of
you
a
got,
year?
yes, let's tear down this bitch of a year and put a bearing wheel where it ought to be.
A bearing where?
Wall.
Where?
I just woke up. Can you see the imprints?
Yes, I can. I've been staring at them all morning.
I overslept. Mommy's tired. Okay.
Oh,
What was I saying?
I have no idea.
I'm just saying,
Tear
as
down that bitch
an
of a year.
American, you have to thank Rudy for this. You can't write a clown show like this. This is the best clown show ever, the way this is ending. Right? I was ready to go to bed. I was like, oh, no. Really?
Good morning, Stephanie. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, you were predictably doomy last night on Brian Williams because this is exactly what it's not like this is hard to predict, right? So because people traveled for Thanksgiving. And, I, like millions of Americans, am in a struggle. My mom's almost 98, Alzheimer's, just went into assisted living, is in a very steep decline in the last month. And trust me, I don't want to be someone that adds to the problem, doctor, because all these new CDC recommendations, I was already doing them. I don't even go to the supermarket. I don't go anywhere. And so talk to us about, so the CDC urged Americans to postpone holiday travel after Thanksgiving, which will, as I think you and others have said, will probably lead to a surge on top of a surge. Cases are rising, hospitalizations are increasing, deaths are increasing. We're asking Americans to help prevent these increases and avoid travel. People who do travel should be tested 1 to 3 days before and 3 to 5 days after their trips while avoiding public activities for 7 days. They are shortening the recommended quarantine time, right, for people who've been exposed from 14 days to 10 days if the individual is not exhibiting symptoms. If someone is tested negative, the CDC recommends quarantining for 7 days. So talk to us, because you've been warning about this along with every other expert, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just going to say this is, if you look at the graphs of fatalities, hospitalizations, and so on, they're basically straight up. And it's become dire upon dire. And the warnings are getting more strident because there's greater fear that this is just going to be continuing to be out of control for the foreseeable future. And I wasn't entirely doomish last night because I am very encouraged and excited about the vaccines, which will be coming along eventually. And that's something important for people to know. And it's important because, if we take the vaccines, there's a very good chance that we'll be protected individually and our communities will be protected. And that's, that is good news, but we're going to have to hang in there until the vaccine's ready to be distributed. What does hanging in there mean? It means, unfortunately, some more hardship in terms of restricting travel, making sure we're not stepping out of our immediate circles any more than absolutely necessary. And we're getting more intensity in those messages now from experts and from the CDC and so on. And by the way, in case you're thinking that anything's going to change about that part when the Biden team comes in, it's not. They're going to be saying exactly the same message as Redfield, the head of the CDC, has been saying. So we're going to have to just do what we need to do, Steph.
Well, yeah, you said the UK's approval for Pfizer vaccine is promising news. Watching how this vaccine is transported with cold storage implemented will be lessons the U.S. should monitor closely. I don't know about you, Doc, but I mean, first of all, I was saying it is sad that we sort of trust other countries before we trust ours right now under Donald Trump, whether it's the FDA or the CDC. But I wanted to get your take on, it does seem like the FDA has, thank God, withstood the enormous pressure of Donald Trump's ego to rush this so that he gets credit, right? The Dr. Stephen Hahn said the agency has all hands on deck, is working day and night on the weekends to evaluate and clear multiple coronavirus vaccines for emergency use. He said a typical approval timeline for a set of vaccine clinical trials of this size, Pfizer had 44,000, Moderna had 30,000, would typically take between 3 and 4 months, maybe even longer, to review all the data. They're now trying to get the process completed in about 3 weeks. That makes me nervous, but he did say something that made me feel better. He said, we don't just trust a press release. We're going to look at data that we're going to do, and we're going to do our own analysis, and then we're going to look at specific patient groups. We're going to look by ethnic groups. We're going to look at both safety and efficacy from a number of different ways. I heard you talk about this on Brian Williams, but talk about this because as much as we all want this, there's a lot of emotion in that. If they're starting with nursing homes, I want my mom to go first. Like, you know what I mean? Sure. It's like there's a lot of emotion, and yet you were talking about why it was faster in Britain last night, and I was sort of heartened to know that our process is going to be a little more thorough. Explain that to us.
Right. So it's just a better idea for an agency like the FDA to do its own testing with its own experts and not depend on what the manufacturer says. You could imagine how much the manufacturer would like to get their product out there and sold. There's a lot of money involved here. And a lot of countries like the UK feel somehow okay taking the word of the manufacturers. We in the US in our systems do not. And that is a really good thing. And to have Stephen Hahn really heroically standing up to the badgering and public torturing by Donald Trump is a really cool thing. And I have a lot of respect for him. And people just need to be patient. We need to do it the right way. We're already rushing the process, as you pointed out, Steph. And we don't want to rush it to the point where we're doing something that's not going to be safe.
Yeah.
So I say hats off to Stephen Hahn, and we'll hang in there until it's ready. And by the way, it's really still possible. We'll be able to vaccinate between 12 million and 15 million people by the end of the year if this goes reasonably well here. And that means first responders, healthcare workers, and older people who are at risk, who are in nursing homes, and so on. And they will be first in line, as they should be. So,
and you know who's going to be first in that line? Because I'm going to go all Shirley MacLaine in terms of endearment. Yeah, I'm going to
give my
mother
the pain shot. Please, I don't see why she has to have this pain.
Okay.
It's time for her shot. You understand? Do something. All she has to do is hold out until 10, and it's past 10.
Yikes.
In pain.
Mom.
In pain. Give her the shot. You understand? You're going to give her
Mother.
the shot.
It sounds like my late mom. Who was that again? Is that Shirley?
Shirley MacLaine, yes.
Yeah. You know,
Get my mom the
we
shot.
gotta find one of the things that's so great about you, Stephanie, is we have to find moments of lightness in a very dark tunnel right now. It's part of human nature, and you really need to be applauded for hanging in there the way you do, following the rules, and keeping us, from just falling into depression here. So,
I'm just, as I say, I am a conduit for Dr. Doom. That is my sole purpose in life.
There's healing, people. Really, there's healing. Are you getting all this? You want to be part of the action?
Come on. Hi, good morning, Malcolm Nance. How are you?
Good morning.
Welcome to Pardon Palooza. How are you?
It is a pardon palooza. You get a pardon and you get a pardon. You know what? But you still have to, I guess you still have to admit that you've committed a crime.
Yes.
You can't be pardoned when there's no indictments, there's no accusations, there's no nothing, right? Did you guys touch on that earlier?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're saying. A blanket, what do they call it? A blanket
pardon?
Preemptive pardon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the legal experts are saying.
Might do.
But that's what the legal experts are saying, Malcolm. You're going to have to specify something in there so we'll go, oh, those are the other crimes we didn't know about yet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This isn't like when you go to confession and you're a 6-year-old and you have to sit in there making up some lie about, how you put a firecracker on the dog or something. These guys we are going to find out soon enough just precisely what they did do. And the problem is Donald Trump knows he won't be president when we find out.
Right. But Malcolm, it all goes back to every book you've written, because this is what I was saying about, Glenn Kirshner's tweets, because I go right to, first of all, this was against Barr's objection that Judge Howell released this. So it wasn't like, oh, Barr's a good guy. It's no. It probably related, as Glenn said, to the Flynn pardon, right? It probably started with the Flynn, which goes back to Trump, Russia, and the Mueller report and everything you've been writing about, right? So this is, okay. So now what is your take on all, because it's pretty heavily redacted, but there's so many criminals, you're like, which criminals does this refer to? Is it Rudy? Is it right?
I suspect Rudy Giuliani is the lawyer.
Right.
In this. That's and the funny thing is, I love the redactions. Blank, redacted name went to lawyer, redacted name who spoke to redacted name. Blank, Giuliani, Trump. Okay? That's not a stretch. You know what? I'm going to make a guess. You know who I think it is? Vladimir Putin. I think he's trying to get a pardon for Vladimir Putin.
When we can have theater again, redacted the musical. Who's with me?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Every other seat will be empty.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to read to you what our friend Glenn Kirshner said. So he said, I'm heartened to see the FBI has been investigating bribery for presidential pardon schemes, crimes for many months now. And I'm glad Judge Beryl Howell decided to allow the public to see the heavily redacted documents, even though Barr's DOJ objected to their release. And he goes on to say Barr's DOJ filed a motion demanding an immediate dismissal of Flynn's case based on Trump's likely corrupt pardon. Chief Judge Howell promptly releases legal documents over Barr's objection, disclosing a long-term bribery for pardon investigation. Coincidence? What is that thing you say about coincidence, Malcolm? I forget Nance's law again.
Nance's law. Coincidence takes a lot of planning, and apparently takes a lot of money. To plan this supposed bribe back in August. What I love about the possibility of a bribe for a pardon in August is that whoever did this, and we're going to find out soon enough, wasn't planning on Trump winning the election.
Right.
They went back in August. They were like, hey, can you hook us up with a pardon right now? Because November may be too late.
Yeah.
So we're going to find out who it is.
Yeah.
And this person supposedly wanted to make a very substantial political campaign contribution.
Right.
Barron had it for about 12 seconds, which is 11 seconds longer than any hug that I ever gave him. So it's gone. It's a miracle. It disappeared. You can check out our website. No more.
Yes. Yeah. Noted scientist Ivanka assures us that they have defeated the pandemic.
Oh, God. What's his walking music? Circus of the Clowns? Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump.
He left
Step right up, folks.
Yeah, he left a bunch of old people out in the cold in Nebraska last night. Did you see that? He stranded a bunch of his elderly rally goers miles from the car.
Where did he go?
Pardon me?
Where did he go? I wanted him to give my Cornhusker pen.
Probably old ladies and their dog Trisket, I would imagine.
Let's go home, Trisket. Trisket's frozen.
Yeah.
Look, he's pointing. No, Mama, he's frozen.
Icicles hanging from Triscuit's nose.
Come on, Trisket. Don't just stand there.
Triscuit has COVID.
Trisket has COVID.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Carlos, we were saying, unfortunately, are you okay? Is that the Rona? You don't have the Rona,
yeah,
do you?
It could be. I don't know. I'm in the bubble. Although this morning, after hearing that COVID had disappeared, I went up to the testing and I said, there's no more. They shoved that swab so far down my throat.
Oh, my God. Dr. Fauci, you froze like an Omaha elderly senior at a Trump rally for a minute, but you're okay now. You're back.
Oh, I know. It could be the FaceTime. My phone probably has COVID.
Carlos,
you need a clean phone then. No, what would happen if we ever got you two in the same room at the same time?
They won't know how to
We have photographic proof.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they'll be like the rest of us, unable to function with actual humans in person anymore.
I met Jamie, and Jamie got on my lap and ate donuts.
Yes, she did. We're gonna have to have courses after this, aren't we? Like re-entry courses for how to socially interact with humans again.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. Actually, I was thinking about that the other night. I went into a store for about maybe a month ago for the first time since March, and it was like I don't know, what's her name, Daryl Hannah and Splash. I didn't really know. I had no idea what was going on.
Yes, exactly. I went to Jody's for Thanksgiving and we sat outside in a wind tunnel and ate for an hour, and then none of my get-togethers go more than an hour, right, Jody? Because we're like, okay. Well, we ate and we have our masks on. And
Time for bed.
We've been screaming through our mask at each other from 20 feet away for an hour. I'm exhausted.
We did al fresco Thanksgiving too. We have a new fire pit. We had an outdoor was very nice. Yeah.
Very lovely.
In Massachusetts.
Yeah, it was 50-something degrees.
Okay.
Oh my God! Oh, in fact, I forgot to. Who stopped by yesterday? Spencer Garrett, our good friend.
Oh, I love him.
What?
The actor. We've had him on Happy Hour.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. So he happened to be taking his mom to Griffith Park, and he said, "Oh, can I stop by?" And so we drive by in his car, and we got like 10 feet of each other, and he and his mom and I screamed at each other for like 20 minutes. That's a get together.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, can we come and say hi?" I was like, "Sure." So we screamed at each other through masks for.
Yeah.
Listen to how happy we all are.
I know.
The great cloud is passing from over us.
Slowly
We're
but
talking
surely.
about happy things again.
By the way, did you see what Trump just tweeted that Brian Kemp needs to call off the special election in Georgia? Did you see that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there's no question. What the hell's that about?
Oh my God.
Because something
We
signatures.
might lose.
No. Because something's matching signatures. They'll all win, and there'll be no need for it.
I sat through. Thank you, C-SPAN. I sat through the Arizona.
Yeah, you live
UFO convention. The Arizona UFO convention
Yeah.
yesterday.
It
was astonishing.
Yeah. You said
all these people know a guy. Talk to a guy.
That's what you said.
Who knows? One guy talked about having a Ziploc. I saw somebody with a Ziploc bag full of zip drives.
Yeah.
Yes,
you said they have a Ziploc bag full of zip drives because these are, after all, machines.
Yeah.
And sometimes they break.
You know what? That is.
And also, there was a tractor trailer truck full of ballots that were pulled up outside in Maricopa County.
All of that sounds very on brand for Arizona.
Right.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And it was okay as long as they eliminated Pima and Maricopa counties.
Exactly.
Then
The
everything would be
Democratic
fine.
strongholds. Yeah.
You said the Multipolar Express has stopped in Phoenix today. We're hearing from a guy who talked to an intelligence official who talked to a relative of Hugo Chavez, and my brain has left the building.
That was right. The guy talked to Hugo Chavez's cousin.
Oh, wow.
Hugo, as you know, has been plotting this election fixing from beyond the grave.
Yes. Yes.
Since 2012?
Right. Yeah. Donald Trump said, Trump legal team in Arizona and OAN now. Big stuff. Enjoy. And you said, I'm watching, dude. Your people remain the most cracked of all pots.
Yeah, the audience participation, which went on, the thing went on for 10 hours yesterday.
Oh, my God. Was this
right
at a hotel? This was
right in the middle of it, they certified the election.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, my God. Did you see him did you see Governor Ducey ignore Trump's call? He just looked at it.
That's first of all, having Hail to the Chief as your bat signal for that crack crazy president calling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just wonderful.
Then you hit mute and put it face down
just
on
mute
the table.
and face down.
Love it.
Just much like we'd like to see the president shortly, mute and face down.
Exactly.
And face down on the table.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Actually, face up on the table under a sheet.
Okay.
Okay. No.
You said, okay, Arizona has just certified its results, so I have no reason to listen to this hallucinogenic crapola anymore. Mayor Giuliani has significantly more witnesses and evidence, and you said no. This. Giuliani, can we just listen?
No, the chairman of the whatever the committee was said we have to move this along because Mayor Giuliani has many more witnesses and much more evidence. I thought, I mean, he's going to go down the B and C list of witnesses now.
Yeah.
We have to relive it together. I'm sorry.
Your political career is worth losing if you can save the right to vote in America. In fact, I may get you
Yahoo!
In fact, I can get you a chapter in Profiles in Courage if you do that. Because at times in our history, certain men and women have stepped forward and lost their political career to give us the rights that we had.
Wow.
What?
Wow, that seemed lost.
Yeah, he was in rare form yesterday.
Was he bribing them with a chapter?
He's going to write a chapter into Profiles in Courage. He's going to go to every library in America and handwrite a chapter and stuff it in there.
Wow. And can we give special props to Jenna Ellis? We got to hear just one. Okay.
When the vote of the people and the voice of the people is corrupted through influence, through fraud, then it is the responsibility, the duty, and the obligation, not just the choice, but the actual duty and obligation of the legislature to step in and to make sure that you don't certify false results. You are the last step to make sure that this election is not corrupt.
Oh, okay. Isn't she like Legally Blonde, but if she was a really bad lawyer?
Right.
I'm a blonde. Yeah.
Because
No, I, to be honest with you, I missed her. I came in the middle of Rudy Spiel yesterday because I didn't realize they were live. They were live streaming it. I watched it on public TV, I guess, from Arizona. I can't watch OAN.
She's plucky. She, after their 39th loss, she tweeted in all caps, "On to SCOTUS."
There's healing